Good evening and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of Football Manager with the London Greens. Today, another 3 games for you guys. I've kind of settled into like a 3 games per episode kind of situation, which I think is pretty useful, pretty good. We're going to take a quick look at the tactical screen here to start things off, and I've actually made a slight change to the tactical screen, and not really the screen, but the to the tactic, and that tactic change is not dramatic. All it really is this. It's that. So Todd Parker, who was in there, has been dropped to the bench, and David Bowers is going to come in and play in that position. Now, the reason for that is that I think creatively, attacking wise, we just need a little bit more. Like, just a little bit more. So I'm going to have these attackers on the same kind of settings they were on, which is mostly go and attack. Don't really worry about coming back. Don't worry about defense. Just go and attack. And Olafsson will cover the defense. The defenders will cover the defense. But with Parker here, it almost felt like the divide was a bit too much. Not a lot of connection between the kind of, the attack and the midfield and the defense and blah, blah, blah. So hopefully Bowers will create that connection that I'm kind of looking for. And we'll have him on let's just personalize some of these. We'll have him on a box-to-box midfielder with the take more risks on, and he's on support. So Olafsson will cover the defensive duties as much as possible. Bowers will come back and defend when he can, but he also will be able to create a little bit more, take more risks with his passing. And with that, I also kind of lowered this as well. So I had that on, I've turned that off in the be more disciplined idea. So that's what I have done. Those are the changes I've gone for. And that is the team we're going to go with for this game. And positive reactions across the board, which is very, very nice. And hopefully we have a good game. So today's games, like I said, we're going to have 3 games. We've got 2 league games. First up is against Cobham. And I'm not actually sure who the second game is. But then we've got the semi-final in the kind of, the League Challenge Cup that we're in. So hopefully we'll play in that semi-final, we'll win that. And then whenever the final is, every episode from now to the end will actually be 3 games per episode. And then potentially another episode with playoffs in there. Again, hopefully with 3 games in that episode. And that's what we're going to be going for. So, early doors here. 10 minutes, possession is even, but no chances either way. Why is Ben Horn looking complacent? I want him to focus up. Turner Gilligan on the ball, goes back to Mason, goes to Olafsson. Now, Olafsson I would like to try and just find the more creative players, which I guess he has done there by giving it to Ephraim, but not really. Clark's going to look to win that, but won't quite get it. And that's kind of like, we've got a bit stuck there in a particular idea of we've played it down the right-hand side, we're looking to attack, so we'll just send a ball in. And that's not what I was really, off the bar and cleared. That's not really what I was looking for with the change I've made. Well done, Turner Gilligan. Still danger here. Well done, Olafsson. Still danger here. Blocked. Olafsson gets it away, and again, oh no, there was an offside in there. Okay. So Horn uninterested after the feedback. So you're complacent. I tell you to focus up, and now you're not interested. So that's just like showing me a really poor attitude, if anything. Again, so I don't know why Withers is clearing that long when I've told him to pass it short, but sometimes you just can't control what they do. Good defense. Ephraim sends it long to Clark, who will try and control it, but again, we just cannot find anything here. So I'm going to tell them to lower that directness and also lower that tempo just a bit. And well saved from Withers, because we are not holding the ball at all, not really doing anything particularly good with it. Let's check the analysis and see where the opposition are. We are so far back. So I'm going to have to push us up just a 1 step, because we are sitting back and it's really inviting pressure. Now Withers goes to Bowers. Here we go. This is the player I want on the ball, making creative. Making creative passes, not just kicking it to the opposition. No, that's not part of it. That'll go off. Hopefully that's just the end of the highlight, because we need to reload. We need to refresh here. Okay, Withers, you've got 2 easy options. No, okay, fine. Look at the momentum. It is completely against us here until that little swap over. We've still not created any chances. So you know what? Let's bring those wingers back. In fact, no, let's go down the centre then. Because we've got the players to kind of go down the centre. Let's see if it works. Okay, Ben Horn on the ball, looks for Barry Clark and does find him this time. Gives it to Anderson, who tries to find Clark again but can't. And it does not seem like our attack is clicking at all just yet. And Ben Horn being once again complacent. I will fire him up this time. Let's see if that works. Jess on to Mason. Into Ephraim, into Bowers, into Anderson. There we go. Faster passing in the middle of the park might just be the answer. Anderson back to Bowers. You've got a chance to shoot. He does shoot. It's a good shot. It is saved, but it is our first shot. And hopefully, look at that. A little bit of momentum coming our way. Ben Horn still feeling complacent. Still not really engaging in the game in an effective and influential way. Turner Gilligan does well. Sends it all the way across to Callum Wilde. That's all right. We're going backwards a little bit here. But I'd much rather we were going backwards than we were giving the ball away cheaply. Anderson will chase that. He's a target man. He gets there. He is almost taken out, but gets the ball back. Recovers it. Finds Bowers, who crosses it towards Ben Horn, who will get there. It is defended well, and we will go again. Callum Wilde into Ephraim. Ephraim to Bowers. Bowers to Clark. Horn, Clark, Horn, Clark. Horn shoots it. And of course, it ends up in the back of the net. And there we go. A little bit of the pressure doing its job. I can't actually... Can I call for a calm down? I can indeed. So I'm going to call for a calm down, because that is our only, what, our second shot? Maybe our third shot? And we've gotten a goal. We've kind of stolen a 1-0 lead, taking our chance. Ephraim runs, goes and shoots, and it's gone in. And there we go, a 1-2 punch. In we go. 2-0. And a little bit of a tactical change definitely has worked in this game. Simpler passes, work in the middle of the park, work in the space really well. Kind of cancelling the wing play game that we were working on. And I'm going to shout again. I'm going to go for another calm down. Keep it going, guys. Stay sensible, stay awake, stay alert. Jess, well done. Lovely stuff. Get the ball off, get the ball out of danger. And hopefully now we'll just mark it to kind of half time and keep control of this game from where we are now. So Tomei clears it in. Turner Gilligan jumps, gets it away. Serfontaine will go for it. Gives it into Chikukwa. Out to Tomei, back to Richards, to Organ, who's in good space, and it's a good save from Withers, because he was in good space there. That could have been a goal. Now, Turner Gilligan is looking a little bit tired. He might have to be a half-time change. Tomei whips it in. Turner Gilligan does well, gets it away. That's really good contributions from him. Organ on the ball. Clark gets it. Yeah, what a challenge. What a challenge that is. And yes, that's an opposition instruction that I would be happy to give. Remain to Glucaris, to Chikukwa, back to Glucaris. Looking for a pass, he finds lead. So Tomei, tackle Jess, clears it. Good work. Organ tackled again. Ephraim clears it again. And it looks like there was an injury there of some kind. Sorry, that's the wrong one. I want to look at the data. We are still standing a little bit further back. And the XG actually points to the opposition being on top in this game. Although 5 shots to 3, we've had more on target. So maybe their chances are better. But then also, there's been some good saves. So, not overly worried about it. Stefan Clark comes in. And you know what we'll do? We'll make a quick swap around change here to settle into a slightly more defensive idea. We're not going to step back, but we are going to make that change at 2-0 and hopefully just keep reaping the rewards of this central idea that we've gone for. Okay, Turner Gilligan decides to go long to Barry Clark, but there is little chance he's going to get that one. If you aim it at Anderson, you know, maybe you'll be able to find it. Find those kind of long balls, those kind of long headers that we're looking for. Oh, that's a good shot. Oh, just over. Dang. Okay, so I actually made the instinctive change to bring Wild off because of the yellow card rather than Turner Gilligan. So I might have to... We might have to make some kind of change. I mean, Tom Moss could go in there, but not just yet, because 40 minutes out of position in defense is probably quite significant. I don't really want to make Tom Moss do that. Parker into a good area. Bowers shoots it. Oh, wow. I think that's hit maybe a defender, then the goalie, and then off the post and out for a corner. So Turner Gilligan will step up to get this corner in. We will jump. And unfortunately, the header is quite a way wide, but still a good header nonetheless. And we are getting some more chances and trying to control this game in a good way. I don't really need to change anything there. And I'll drop a praise on the guys because we are 2-0 up. And they have been playing well to get to this 2-0. You know, we've kept the opposition out so far. And we're making good defensive contributions just like that. Olofsson now, get rid of it, pass it on to someone else. There we go. Mason into Parker now. Parker finds a pass. Yes, he does. Anderson, try and get it away. Parker, Clark, it's bouncing all over the place. Ben Horn goes round his man and then ends up getting the shot blocked. Trying to shoot from distance. Not really a problem. You are Ben Horn. You're probably the most likely player to score one from that far out. Probably in the entire league, I'll be honest. Okay, yeah, we can add those instructions, and now, with a lot less time on the board, we're going to swap it to balanced. We're going to kind of calm the press down a little bit, and just get to the end of the game now. 20 minutes to go. It's been a very even game in terms of like shots created, chance created. But we just happen to be the team that has taken our chances so far and sit with a 2-0 lead. And now we've got something to defend, you know, something to hold on to until that should not be going in. That shot was not powerful enough to beat Nick Withers. So I'm going to have to go for a demand more here, guys, because we've just conceded what I consider to be a very soft goal. Let's get the time wasting going as well. I mean, look at the second half. Like, even from that change, the point where we made those changes, we've gone on to... Oh, Bowers from distance. Just off the crossbar. So close. Gone out for a corner ball. Since we've made those changes, the game has changed significantly. We are in control. We are the dominant side. We've got a lot more possession since we stepped up as well. Mason goes for the header and it's well saved. But ultimately, we're only 2-1 with not very long to go. 81 minutes on the clock. They clear it long. Can we defend it? Yes, we can. Just to Bowers. Unfortunately, Jenkins gets it into Gillette, let's say. Back to Glukadis. Being marked quite closely. Gets the ball in. And that is held onto well by Withers, who collects the header. Slightly risky there from, I think it was Mason, who kind of headed the ball upwards / towards goal. And now Jess on the ball into Barry Clark, who's got to try and find a pass forward here because he's got numbers around him. There we go. Anderson over the top. It's not a great ball, but luckily the highlight does end. And in fact, you can see the opposition have gone into a very, very similar shape to us because of how central we have gone. I imagine they're trying to match it. They're trying to match man for man, and they're kind of saying, okay, we don't need the wingers, because they don't need the wingers, you know. They're attacking with no wingers. It could be a good ball. Parker's done well to regather that. Horn sends it long. Barry Clark will have to go. And he does. He's done well there. He passes it across. Bowers from distance sends it over the bar. 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. Not long to go at all here. I'm just going to keep us unbalanced for a little bit longer. Jenkins goes all the way back to Jakowski. Forward to Lee, who kind of half gets tackled, half sends it long. Tomei there, won't get there. Moss will gather. And hopefully Moss just keeps himself a clear head here and does nothing silly. Olafsson to Park. There we go. That is exactly it. Anderson down. Yes. Perfect. Clark, go up the left-hand side. Get running. Up the left-hand side. Anderson's done it instead. Clark is sitting in behind. Sends it long. Clark. Oh, sorry. It's not Clark. Is it Clark? It is Clark. We've got two Clarks. Stefan Clark and Barry Clark gives it to Ben Horn. It's cleared out. Sir Fontaine goes long. Mason regathers. Sends it long. Ben Horn will try and get there. Won't get there. End of highlight again. 1:03. Okay, now it is just 3. 2 minutes. 1 minute added time is almost up. We have burned through the additional time really, really quickly there. Clark, all you've got to do is hold the ball here. Really well done. Really well done. The only thing we didn't need, but that is it. That is time. And that is a 2-1 win with an effective, and a really, I mean, look at that. What was that chance at the end there that definitely should have gone in? Wowzer. An effective tactical change to go from, okay, the wingers aren't doing it. We're too high up the pitch. Let's bring them back. Swap it around into like a centralized attack, you know, like right down the middle of the park. And we ended up scoring 2 goals almost immediately after that. Conceding a goal that I do consider a bit of a soft goal to concede. And then winning the game 2-1 and winning a very important win. Let's be honest, we are at crunch time now. We've got to take as many points as we can before we get into the playoff kind of conversations at the very end of the season. We've got to try and get these wins now. Right now. So, good win there. Good work. Job done. The Whistlers drew in their match. Meridian got a win in theirs, which is good. Bookham only managing a draw, which again is good. But because of the amount of draws we've had this season... Oh, here we go. Ipanga Mbambo is gone. I'm willing to let him go. He's going to make a change. Because of the amount of draws that we have had over the course of the season, 16 draws, just under half of the games we have drawn. We have got the second best record in terms of losing matches. We've only lost 5 matches. We have sacrificed just way too many points. So next up, Dorking under 21s, who we have played before. We beat them in the cup 2-2, and we beat them 4-1 in the league. So we should be able to win this game, and then we will wrap up the episode with the cup semi-final. So a good start. Now it's all about trying to keep that momentum going, as this is crunch time. This is it. Let's go. Okay, some more important results to kind of go through here. Super important results. So, first things first, Haddington and Langley, 22nd versus 11th. Not really something we're concerned with. Kodak getting a win, we are concerned with, because they are a team near us. And in fact, they are even on points with the Whistlers, because the Whistlers lost in their match. But of course, Kodak have actually got a game in hand. So they'll be feeling even better about that. Hayes and Hillingdon lost in their match to Thornton. Now, Thornton were higher up the division earlier in the season, if my memory serves correct. But Hillingdon losing that game, very helpful for us. The only negative at the minute is it's kind of twofold. Meridian have got games in hand on us, and the teams above us have also got games in hand on us. So despite the fact that we've played one less than Spellthorne and are ahead of them, the teams around us have got games in hand, and we have to kind of hope they lose while also making sure we win. And Spellthorne actually lost their game, so they've got a game in hand. Sorry, we've got a game in hand on them, and they lost that last one. So that was their opportunity to kind of put us under pressure, equalise on points, and make it a goal difference question, which at the minute we're actually doing fine with. But yeah, important results. What I actually want to do real quick is check the fixtures across the dates. So this is how we can do that. So we've got, here we go, a super important game. Meridian versus Wiseman West, who are down in 13th. So we really need Wiseman West to do us a favour and take points off Meridian. We will see that in a second. Nothing else super important here. There is some signings, but I can't really afford a lot of these signings. This might be a good signing, but to be honest with you, a lot of the times when I try and sign these players, they're like, I don't want to play for you. So we could go for an offer, make some kind of offer. Let's lower that to, let's make it like, yeah, no, not £3, 3,000. And they accept that. See, that's what I mean. Like, they always ask for so much more than they kind of actually could get. So yeah, we're gonna stay live. We're not gonna go. I'm not gonna cut to. My game does struggle with the encoding while I'm recording. We're not gonna cut to anything just yet because I want to see the result of this Wiseman West game and if they can do us a favor. It would be a big favor. I know that. That's good. Yep, that's really good. Monthly staff meeting. Okay, well, I'll do that next time. I want to see this result. Here we go. It must be now. Tom Archer wants to leave. I'm not happy with that. Tom Archer is a player that I'm keeping an eye on. It's still not. Here we go. Ah! There we go. Meridian get the win there. 1 point behind us, but with 2 games in hand. Unfortunate for us. Very close. I imagine, what was this? When was the goal? Early doors. Wow. In fact, okay, so I just cut away, but in fact, that is outrageous. An XG of 2 versus 0.3. 1 shot on target. It went in the 10th minute. Wiseman have been... You got to put your chances away, yo. You've got to finish off your chances. They really could have helped us out. Okay, so here we go. Yet another really important game. We're not involved in it. But if Thornton Heath could do us a favor, let's see what comes out of this. It's a draw. Yes. Boom. Okay, that's super, super helpful. Even though the points are they're 10 points above us. Yeah, they're 10 points above us. Every time the other teams drop points, it's good for us. We've got to try and ride that wave as much as we can. Okay, another draw. We are almost upon the Dorking game, actually. So, like, we're almost there. I may as well just keep going until we actually get to the match now. But it's time, isn't it? You know, it's crunch time. We've got to try and get the results that we're looking for. It wants me to play Archer. It wants me to play Sprawley and put Ben Horn up top. I can play Sprawley. No. I'm playing Embleton. Embleton's in the squad for that exact reason. Harry Jess probably does need a rest. So let's go for Ray Savage. I've cut down the squad. I'm picking my team based on what I think is good for the team. And even though I want to do well in the cup as well, I've got to prioritize this league match first. So Anderson goes on the bench as a striker. In fact, you know what? No, we're going to play Horn as the attacker and bring in Cutler, another kind of creative player. Not the quickest, so let's just tell him to... Oh, has he got... No, he doesn't have a personalized. He's an advanced playmaker. He'll be on the attack. We'll personalize that. Yeah, that's good. Bowers is the bouncer between... I think pressing forward's probably best for Ben Horn. I just want him to shoot all the time. Just keep frickin' shooting. He can roam as well. You know, he's the best player at doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay, that's a team we're going to go with. It says I'm structured now. Why does it say I'm structured? What changed to make them say we are a structured team? I'm not sure. Righto, and here we go. Match number 2 against Dorking, and we've got some other important matches around us. So, the Whistlers are playing Bookham. It would be great if the Whistlers could just secure a win. and knock Bookham down a peg. It would also be great if we could get some other results going our way. For example, Woking stepping up and taking points off Meridian would be very good. Tooting Beck doing the same to Spelthorne would be very good. And then the Sunday matches, not really much to go on there, being honest. And oh, that's a freaking huge game, isn't it? Jill, my word. Okay, there's also cup games going on, but we're not going to worry about those. We're not going to go. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. I'm not sure about that. We're going to go into the game. So this is the team we've got at the moment. But why is it so structured? What has changed to make it like that? I really don't understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this real quick as like a plan A.1 or something. And then go into plan A. And like the only change is that he becomes box to box. And he becomes that. And suddenly it's structured. Okay. That's so odd. That's really odd. So if I don't have him on attack, it becomes flexible again. That's really quite curious. But okay, yeah, look, fine. I'd much rather the team had the idea of flexibility and, like, you know, being able to adapt to a situation than being stuck in a game plan. Like, it's a criticism that, like, it's so difficult. You want to have a game plan that you want to kind of nail down and be like, that's my game plan. That's how I want to play. But if you are completely, like, against any form of adaptation, when that game plan is figured out, you're in trouble. You know, like, you've got to have a plan B. I say that when I've only got a plan A clicked on my thing at the minute. So that's why I think flexibility is incredibly important. Oh, it's a bit of a mess around there. Off the bar. Oh no, off the bar, no, off the keeper. And then gone for another corner. So let's whip this one in. We need a win. We need to just keep putting the pressure on. There we go. Bjartur Bjarmi Olafsson. What a goal. We do kind of rely on our star players, but I mean, what team doesn't? You do want a team of 11, but he's jumped. He's gotten to the ball first, and he's put it away nicely. And I'm going to drop a calm down because getting an early goal like that can sometimes have a negative effect where everyone is so wide and they're so up and, you know, like thinking everything's going our way that they kind of lose focus, and we don't need that at all. Rob on the ball. Clears it long in the end because he must have kind of, well, it looked like it was losing possession to Bowers and Olafsson anyway. Bowers to Cutler. Cutler across to Ephraim, who might look for Ben Horn, doesn't. So, Ben Horn, depending on when our league match is after the cup game, we might rest our star players in the cup game. They might not play. Like, I know it's a semi-final, and I want to be in a final. I want to win trophies. 2-0. Lovely. Great start, guys. Great start. Absolutely incredible. We've got quality players and we've got to let them do their thing. I've dropped to calm down, but now I'm like, I want to give them a praise because they're playing so well. Wild with the first time ball and Ephraim with the first time shot. It kind of shows you know, you do things quickly and the other team just cannot stand. You know, they cannot live with it, basically. 2-0 up. Looking really, really good. And a long shot from the opposition. It goes wide. I'm going to give them a praise now because they've got a couple of red faces. But I want them to be feeling good. Everyone's happy except Embleton. But Embleton is coming back from an injury. So I can maybe accept him feeling a little bit shaky going back into this game. But hopefully that won't kind of continue. There we go. He's gone on to a normal, absolutely standard, feeling good, absolutely fine. Wild to Bowers, whips it in. Ben Horn will jump, and it's almost in. Wow, very close. Oh, Embleton just completely stole it. Stole it away so nicely. I mean, that's a really bad pass from Wild there. And we're lucky we have not conceded. Wow, that is a really bad pass. He's playing an 8.2 because he's doing really well so far. He's got both assists in this game from taking the corner, crossing it in low to Ephraim. But he has got to switch on defensively. Make sure we're focused up. Another corner. Here we go. Ben Horn to whip this one in from the other side this time. Doesn't get past anybody. But Bowers does well to claim that back. Really kind of good hunting there. Good ball over. Ben Horn tries to get his head on it. Won't quite. And the keeper was happy to let it go by. Which, yeah, to be fair. Yeah, no drama. Oh, would you believe it? Woking are 1-0 up against Meridian. Oh, yes. That's what we need. Cutler, play it forward. Yes. Ephraim, maybe out wide. He goes out wide himself. Doesn't feel the need to make the pass. That's all good. Now there's definitely numbers to pass back. So Turner Gilligan into Cutler. Cutler shoots it and it's off. Embleton's there. Unless Embleton is offside, that is 3-0. And it looks like it's going to be given. Now a lot of that play was seemingly obvious, you know. Like when Ephraim had the... Oh, when Ephraim had the ball here we go. You've got these players just lined up waiting for it. Look at this. Turner Gilligan into Cutler. Take the shot. Absolutely. And Embleton is there to you know, pick up the pieces, put it in the back of the net, make it 3-0. And you've got to be giving them a praise. Now, Ben Horn is complacent, so I want him to focus up. He should be getting in the goals. He should be. He should be out there trying to get a goal. Ephraim on the ball again. He's going to look for a pass. Bowers, back post, won't get there. Goes back to Wild. Wild looks for a pass again into Bowers. Good. Into Olafsson. Olafsson back to Bowers. Bowers shoots it from distance off the bar. Organ clears it. Another Organ. We had Organ play against us last time. And Turner Gilligan takes the throw in. It's going to be half-time. Oh, no, it's not. Embleton on the ball. Shoot it. Deflected. It's all over the place. It's absolutely all over the place. Somehow it's not gone in. Ben Horn is uninterested after the feedback. You know what? You know what, Ben Horn? I'm not impressed with this kind of attitude. So I'll make that change. And Anderson will come on and Anderson will make, well, hopefully, positive influence. Let's go. Oh, that's a great challenge. Okay, we're going to go for the time wasting just to slowly take more time out of the game. But not really much in this game has gone against us. Dorking have barely had a chance. We are playing the under-21s. We are a full side. We should be able to win comfortably as we are currently doing. And that's all. That's a bad clearance. And Embleton puts it towards Anderson, who will try and jump. Won't get their penalty. Jones, the defender, shoved Anderson. And Olafsson will step up. Now, if I remember correctly, I think Olafsson missed his last penalty. So let's hope he puts this one in. He's missed it again. He's missed it again. So, that's why we need Takeda on the pitch, because Takeda can put those away more often than not. That's unfortunate. That's a 4-0, and that's a chance for Olafsson to, you know, grab another goal. He's missed it. Now, Sheminant on the ball. What a cool name that is. Sheminant. To Roach, to Barrett, back to Organ. But another Sheminant. What? They must be siblings or something. Rob shoots it low. Well saved from Withers. My chair is driving me nuts. There we go. Callum Wild on the ball into David Bowers. Bowers into Olafsson. Over to Wild. Back to Olafsson. Into Anderson. Anderson turn and shoot. Maybe. No, back to Bowers. Embleton. Past his man. You've got to shoot it. It's deflected. It's blocked. It's put out by the goalie. At the end of the day, it's a corner. But what a bit of play that was. Embleton once again showing what he can do. In fact, Embleton probably should come off soon because he was coming back from an injury. But he seems to be looking good. He seems to be playing really well and enjoying himself. Yeah, really good stuff here. Our XG of 3.2 is actually kind of reflective of our actual score, which is not the case in the first game, but we will take it. First game we got a win when we maybe didn't have as many chances. Today we're going to get a win, hopefully, with loads of chances. I just want to defend this set. Don't give him any kind of chance here. Any kind of, way back into the game. There's no pathway back into the game for you guys. Oh, that might be it. Yeah, that was a good pass. In fact, good pass / bad defending. I don't know. Why are you not goal side? Oh, that's why you weren't goal side. Because he was offside. Fair enough. Bowers with the free kick. Off the wall. Off the wall it goes. No dramas. No dramas at all. 3-0 looking good. 60 minutes to go. Sorry, 30 minutes to go. 60 minutes on the clock. Wild on the ball. Looking for... Okay, just goes backwards instead. Yeah, fine. If there's no option, yeah, why not? Well gathered from Withers. You've got options out to your left in Savage and Wild. Also just an easy drop there. You've also got Bowers in the middle of the park. It's a pretty easy option. He goes to Savage. Okay, good. Wild now. Yep. You've got to actually pass it. Like, if you want to pass it, you've got to kick it. And you've got to kick it with a bit of something on it, Well out. Okay, just goes over. Just over. Withers was there, so it was pretty safe in the end, I would say. Okay, let's make a change here. Parker's going to come on for Bowers. We're just going to set up into our defensive set that we like to do. And Turner Gilligan's going to have a rest because he was feeling particularly kind of sluggish at the end of the last game. Now, he's had a week away, of course, so feeling good in this game. But then we've got to remember we've got other games. And it's quite nice that we've been able to take Ben Horn off at half-time as well, because then that means he can play in that cup game. And, oh, Spelthorne are 2-1 up. Now, I need to see the Meridian goal. Latest score. Oh, I just clicked it as the highlight came on. Wild with the corner, whips it in, and it's gone in. And who is it? It's Olafsson with the header. It's Olafsson with a really good header, in fact. Again, to make it 4-0. Wild with his third assist of the day. That's a really good header. I mean, the keeper is kind of covering the front post like that. Should be there to stop that one, but wasn't able to. Latest scores show that Woking are 2-0 up in their game. Bookham and Whistlers are 1-1. Now, I do want the Whistlers to grab the goal there. Oh, it's 2-1. Meridian have scored. Let's hope there's no surprises. Embleton back to Parker. The game should be over in a second. We've got this win wrapped up. It's all in the bag. Just, go home with a clean sheet. Secure it. You feel incredible. Goes back. Goes back again. I mean, how long are you going to give them, ref? Time's up. How long are you going to give them? They're attacking, like, slowly. Is it attacking? I don't know. They're reloading. There we go. Thank you. You can't give them another reload. It would have been unfair. Olafsson scores 2. Does not get man of the match because Wild with 3 assists does get man of the match. And we missed the penalty. And Embleton obviously scored the rebound that came from a Bowers shot. There was only one team winning that game. And it could have been worse. It could have been 5-0. We had other chances. That's a performance. And that's exactly what I'm after. A 4-0. Taking real confidence from that one. Looking good. Looking good. Now, the cup game now, it's like the pressure's off. I'm not even bothered about it. Like, it would be great to win. But we've won the 2 league games. And those are, to be fair, the important ones for our overall seasonal progress. Meridian lost. Come on. Come on. Yes. So Spelthorne got the win, which is good on them because they were playing with 10 men for a lot of that game. Bookham, and that's a draw. which means that we are now actually pulling these teams back a little bit. Very, very good. Very good indeed. Okay, we've just got to keep going because Meridian now, 4-point gap, but still 2 games in hand. Thornton 5 games in hand, which is outrageous. What on earth? Oh, okay. Okay, that's the Vars results, but we're not worried about that. We're going to go into the cup game. Let's get straight into it. Let's go. Righto, here we go. It is the cup game. It's the important one. Well, it's not the important one. You know, it's a semi-final, so it is important, but it is the last game of the episode. After having 2 wins in the league, really important wins, you know, like these were... That was unfortunate. That was just a really bad play. That was unfortunate. You know, we were in that game for a lot of the game and just couldn't get it done at the end. We, of course, we missed the penalty. We gave him some freebies. It was not the great game. But we've bounced back with 2 really important wins. And I'm very, very happy with the fact that we got those wins. So, going into the cup game. The next league game is at the end of the week. It's lucky that we're on a Tuesday. It's the start of next week, I guess. And then, again, there's a decent gap to the Saturday. So, we can play the first team more or less. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to rotate a little bit anyway. Just because I think it makes sense just to give us a rotation and rest up a couple of players that are maybe needing it, such as Mason. And on the left wing, want to send anyone in on the left wing? I don't really have a spare left winger, unfortunately. So I guess that's what we'll go for. Yeah, we'll just go for this. And I'm not overly worried about... Wait, Turner Gilligan, you're still playing? Oh, but what? I thought I chose Jake Evans to play, but obviously I didn't. Never mind. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. We can make that swap if we need to. We've got Stefan Clark on the bench as well. I've also let go of Tom Archer. I've actually let him go. Like, I kept getting offers for him, and I was like, you know what? I looked at his stats again. I looked at his determination stat in particular. It wasn't really anything special. So I'm going to let him go. And hopefully here today in this match, we'll wrap up with a win, get ourselves to a final. But hopefully we can do that with the team that we've picked. I've kept Olofsson out there. He's the only real star player that I've decided is going to play this game for at least the first half, you know. Woking and Kodak are playing in their semi-final alongside this one. Let's just see. Let's just see how it goes. In fact, I'm actually I'm gonna swap to key highlights just for this match. Just for this match, because, you know, I play on the extended highlights for those league matches. Really, really wanted to get the wins. But this cup game, I want the players to just do their thing. And if they get a win, they do. That's great. But the first team are having, well, most of the first team are having a bit of a rest. So we'll let them do that. And we just want to try and get through this match. Hopefully without any kind of major injuries. So, lots of possession first up, but what are we doing with it? I don't really know. So let's go a little bit more direct and get a few more attacks going. It will cost us a bit of possession. Hopefully we're a bit more efficient with the possession we do have. There we go. For example, exactly like that. Oh, almost a goal. Very close. Oh, is that a penalty? Has that been given as a penalty? It has been. Okay, Olofsson, another chance to set the record straight. It's buried it. There we go. 1-0 in the cup. Lovely stuff. We are going to the final as things stand. I'm going to call for a calm down, and hopefully the team will listen to that one. But what a start that is. First half an hour, all the possession. Make one little tactical change, which is be more efficient, be more direct. And it's ended up with us firstly hitting the post and then getting the goal through a penalty. So yeah, really, really good in that one. Oh, look at that. Woking have got a red card after 31 minutes. And then Kodak have taken advantage and found a goal. So they go 1-0 up. Now, are we going to make any changes in this second half? You know what? Yes, we are. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do for now. That's fine. Just two changes to keep things a little bit more settled at the back. Olofsson goes off, Parker goes on. A decent defensive player, if not the most defensive. But it does look like the opposition are getting a little bit more... Oh my word, what? Getting a little bit more involved. So we might just want to slow this down just a tad. Lower that... lower that press intensity just a tad. And slow pace down with that, and also up the old time wasting. There we go. We've gone into almost park the bus mode, but not fully. You know, we still want to attack when we can, but it's almost like a no risk kind of version of the tactic where it's like just slow things down, just squeeze the game. The old London Green squeeze. You know, that's what we're on for. That's really good. That's incredible. That's 2-0. Boom. Rafael Lewandowski making really, really good runs. There was a great pass into him as well. Just super impressive stuff, and we are 2-0 up. Let's get to the end of the game. We're going to a final. We're going to play Kodak in a big... Another red for Woking. What are they doing? Down to 9 men? In a semi-final? What is going on? What are they doing? Oh, wow. Hughesy's just absolutely nailed that at Clark. Oh, okay. Shiloh Gear. Really cool name. Makes it 2-1. So I'm going to go for a demand more here. After conceding that one, I've not got a positive reaction from the team. But there's really not that long to go, guys. So if you can just kind of just settle in here. Wow, they're 4-0. They've missed a pen. What on earth? What on earth? And look, they're attacking full time here. So we're just going to sit on defensive. And I'm going to tell them to demand more. Keep focused up here. We don't want to bring that line back, but we are going to bring the attackers back into a low block. And just get more numbers behind the ball, make it harder to pass through. And there we go. Boom. 2-1. Super speedy game there at the end there. They did go on the attack, but we had enough to just see it off. And we're going to a final. What an episode this has been. What a result. What an episode. 2 wins in the league. A really good win in the cup with, you know, kind of the rotated team as well. Awesome stuff. We will have a final. We will have a cup final. Look at that. There we go. Awesome stuff. So, post-match, let's go for it. Congratulations on winning your own... Yeah, look, that's great. Fairy tale continues. We're further in the competition. We're in the final, yo. You must be delighted. Of course I am. Match winning. He was incredible. Yeah, good stuff. What's your assessment of getting the win, even with a rotated first 11? I knew they could do it and was happy to see them prove me right. Yes, we did rotate it a bit. It wasn't, you know, crazy. Oh, it's a home game as well. What? Interesting. Okay. It's a home game. When is it? End of the season. Okay, so, but is it before or after potential playoffs? Probably after. Yeah. Right, interesting stuff. So, quickly, a look at the next episode shows we've got a game against Berks Elite, a game against Thornton, an important one. We must want to win that one. And then Revenge. Oh no, we beat Haddenham in the cup. We lost to them in the league. So yes, revenge indeed. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're hoping for. So 3 games in the next episode, and hopefully more of the same. So thank you for watching, guys. A quick look at the table as things stand show that we are still in 5th, still in that playoff spot. 7 games to go and a cup final. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. We've turned it around a little bit. We had that mid-season slump was actually a bit early, but just the amount of freaking draws here. It's outrageous how many games we were drawing. I'm still like, when we were playing those games, I knew we were drawing a lot of games, but when you look back at it and you're like, there's actually 5 games in a row with draws, another draw in the cup, and then 2 more draws, then a 1-0 win. And then more draws. I mean, look, and then another 1-0 and a 2-2. It's just, oh, it's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers. Really, really is. Either way, it's what we needed. A good episode, get some wins, and keep putting the pressure on. Now it is crunch time. Thank you for watching. Until next time.